Yeah, that right there is for me to drink my tea. That's hot water. That's a stack. That's my cup. Now, I can't tell you where I am exactly. Just know that it's kind of dope. I'll probably come and show you my stack once I serve this. I just wanted you to make sure you heard this amazing sound as I pour it in. Ready? Hope you can hear that. Yep. I have plenty of water to enjoy many cups of tea right now, so you better know I'm prepared. Question is, are you? Mighty fine question, if you ask me. Let me go ahead and show you this nice stack. Stack of what, you may ask? Stack of what? Oh man, that's what I'm about to enjoy right now. You see that? Tired of playing the games, man. Just me, my rice cakes, the tea against the world. So what is the plan? What are we gonna do? We have about 4 days left and we gotta kick rocks. But it's not really like that. It's actually a very pleasant experience I've had this last week to enjoy the fallen leaves. Hear that? Leaves everywhere. I think I've come to the decision that I want to continue living as a nomad. Even though I really like Portland, what I can't do is continue living the way that American society wants me to live. To pay overpriced rent, fund wars with taxes, and fund these politicians that just play in our face day in and day out. I can't do it. You know, I'm an artist. I make music and I want to make music. I am now also a dedicated videographer. Like, I do want to capture these moments, especially with this camera that captures such high quality and makes it really easy for me to just have a good experience sharing my moments, drinking this tea. I guess what I'm trying to do is say chaotic statements in a very peaceful environment with a very peaceful activity that we can all enjoy. Oh, delicious. And I have my crumpets with me here now. A fucking crumpet, mate. Absorbing a little bit of the sun. You don't get environments like these anymore. You gotta stumble upon them now. Come on, man, I'm filming a video. I might have to let him sniff me. Just doing my part in pursuing the artistic pursuit. Now, I just feel like we got to a point in life where we really do gotta be more decisive in what we do. Intentional. That's how I've always lived my life. Because if you can't make your intentions obvious, that's what makes people uncomfortable. Because you could be whatever you want in this world, as long as you're not causing violence, causing disruption and drama and shit. If you move with intention, people sometimes just get out of the way, or they help you. They just add to the intention that you're providing to the world and their life experience as well as yours. And my only example to that is when I was hitchhiking with my brother when I was 19. We hitchhiked from Phoenix, Arizona up here to Washington pretty much, but when we were in Oregon, it was the 4th of July, and this dad of his family came over to us when we were eating breakfast at this restaurant right by the lake, whatever lake it was. And he saw us with our backpacks, my brother and I. We were writing in our journals, eating our breakfast, and he comes to us and asks us what we're doing. We tell him everything. We're hitchhiking, trying to get to Alaska. He was like thrilled to hear about it. He was like reading his favorite book, so he was excited. And his wife was like, honey, come on, we gotta go soon. You just gotta spend time with your family. And he's like, hold on, can't you see I'm busy? So he's like, all right guys, I gotta leave in about 5 minutes, but go on. And we would tell him the story and finish it. And at the end of us telling him the story that we were doing, he wanted to be a part of it. So he gave us each $100. That's a shitload. when you got no fucking money on you, all you got is your backpack, some snacks, and we had like maybe the whole trip we had $600 for both of us. And this was already towards the end of the trip, so we had maybe $100 left or so for the both of us to survive, and whatever the case may be. And we never begged for food. So I don't even know what we were gonna do. Like, maybe we would have had to beg for food, but just the fact that he came into our experience and wanted to invest in it just for the vibes was insane to us. Especially the way I grew up, because I don't feel like I was raised in the way to believe humanity even had goodness in them. The only goodness I could see in humanity is the one I would provide for humanity. And I was constantly being told, stop trusting people, stop believing in others to be good. Like, you can only fund your own reality. And it's just not the case. Like, I'm here to tell everybody who wants to watch this and like needs some kind of reminder that humanity does exist in many people, but it ain't for free. Like, you have to do good to receive good. You can't just exist. Like, only the privileged get to exist and be rewarded for it. 99% of people are not privileged like that. Where I am now, I can only slow down. Where am I gonna go 100 miles an hour? Like, at this point, we have to realize, speaking to me specifically, is you gotta realize when you're going in circles. And if you're not intentionally trying to create a circle, slow down. Like, really calibrate what it is you're trying to do, where it is you're trying to go, and how you're gonna do it. Which is something I always do. Which is why I always take myself out of situations that make me stress, and I just know there's nothing in it. Like, I have to change. Something has to change. There's always a formula that exists where the numbers will equal a solution. And if you don't change one of the variables that exist inside of your formulas, you're gonna get the right answer. So if it's not the answer you want, something has to change. And here I am now with an RV, a van, my skills in music, my passion in growth, and my intentions to just be a better person and exist in this world infinitely to my heart's desire, because I already know I am a man that brings positivity and peace to every environment I come across. I never come to any place or any person wanting to disrupt in a negative way. I always disrupt in positivity. If you're stuck in a cycle, I am here to inspire you to change to a positive one. It's not impossible. I'm really big on cyberpunk. I'm wearing the shirt right now. And cyberpunk isn't dystopian. That's like not even a foreign word anymore. Like, we're living in dystopia right now. The fact that I can drink my tea peacefully right now, wow. The rest of the world is going through so much trauma and chaos. Even in Minneapolis, for example. It's always happening. It's always happening. And like, you could drown in the self-hatred of not being able to do anything if you just keep thinking about it. And I just don't want to be a person that acts like they care and doesn't do shit. Because I can't do shit. There's nothing I can do. I can help everybody that comes my way with a little bit of positivity and whatever possibility that I could help with. But there's just nothing I am armed with to create change like that without the help of other people. And I don't have an army behind me right now. I don't think it's my role to face that issue head on. I think my role is to find the alternative solution that's better for everybody. Just lead by example. Sometimes I wish I could do more. I have my own path that I have to walk, and I have to keep walking it, just not stray from it. And it's really hard to understand unless you've dedicated yourself to a way of life that requires so much dedication. The amount of temptations that have existed, the amount of fear. Like, I know nobody can tell me that I'm wrong, because most people in the world wouldn't even dare try to hitchhike in their own town, in their own city, and it is scary. It's a scary ass world. You will feel the fear and the weight of the world that exists when you decide you're actually going to take it serious. And once you start taking those steps, you don't even have to walk a mile. Once you decide you're going to commit to it, you're going to feel that fear before you even get to your first stop, before you get to your first ride, your first wherever it is you plan to go. And that's the thing, like, how do you plan for something that you don't even know how to understand? Here I am in life, once again, taking the same steps into the unknown and void and ignorance of what to do, how to do it, and trying to stay on this path where I don't step on other people's toes and I don't take advantage of other people's humanity. But at the same time, like, the things I do are valuable. I wish I lived in a world filled with people that had the resources to give as much as I give. But I understand we don't live in that reality. I guess this is more so of a conversation of what to do next. I'm gonna finish this tea and call it a wrap. So what are we gonna do, man? We gotta push art, man. Put ourselves in situations that can allow us to succeed. We gotta put us in the waterfalls of people that want to see who I want to be. I believe I am an energy that people want but don't know they need. I'm not even trying to rhyme right now. It's just happening. I'm gonna have to let that lead my life. I'm going to have to let the world create the path for me, because I know what I can create and I know it leads me so far. But sometimes we gotta let our inner self sleep and let the world's energy carry us into the future, pretty much. So much discourse. Just make sure you're grounded, I guess. No, and I'm tired of people talking about community. I don't think people know what a real community is. And I'm tired of AI generated content telling us to be genuine and authentic. I want to tell you a story that made me realize I can't fully support AI the way the world is trying to use it. I support AI in the sense of using it as a tool, not as a replacement. I've seen AI be positive. Not to go too deep, but it has given me answers and directions that I wouldn't have been able to find with other people in conversations, or it would have been too expensive to talk to a specialist. So I see a lot of benefits in using artificial intelligence, but trying to pose as something you're not and use AI as the crutch, that's where I have a problem. And the story I have with that, I performed one of my songs in front of a sync licensing agent from Nashville. He was looking for country songs, and he happened to be in Phoenix, Arizona, where I was. And you could have either performed it, your song, you could have played it, showcased it, you could have whatever, presented it however you wanted. I sang my song in front of everybody and him, as well as about 10 other people who were very talented, way more talented than I was. There was this one guy who played his song on the speaker, and it was really good. I can't even deny it was very, very good. Even the executive was impressed. He was telling us that that's exactly what he was looking for. But then someone asked, hey, is that AI generated? Someone in the audience, one of the other artists, songwriters, asked, is that song AI generated? The guy who played that song said, yes, that's my voice, but it's not actually me singing. And I used AI to create everything. The whole room stopped. It was silent. You could hear me munching on a crumpet. Like, you could have heard that. The whole room could have heard that. It was silent for like 10 seconds. Shuffling paper. The executive damn near crumpled his papers, like his whole thing up. So he even said, I don't know if you were here earlier, because I brought up the fact that I don't like AI, which I don't think he was. Otherwise, how in the fuck did he stay in the room after the guy said this? The executive said, I do not support AI because it's a slap in the face to all of the artists that dedicated their lives to this. That's what he said in the beginning, before anybody played any music. That was the first like introduction serious thing he said conversation wise to the whole room. So at the end, he said, we're not going to be able to use this. We appreciate you playing the song, but we don't support AI generated music here. In that moment, I realized how much disdain people have, like in the music industry, towards AI generated music. Even in LA, I've noticed that there's a lot of disdain towards AI generated music. I would have to agree. Like if you're gonna collaborate, if you're gonna take a shortcut, use a shortcut that uses another human being. Like samples, for example. Splice. I'm trying to grow out of it. I'm trying to get better with synthesizers to not use Splice, but Splice is a great bridge to get connected with other humans that are making music and using it as like a stepping stone to get towards the energy you want to be in. But I do think you have to have the mindset of like, I can't use this forever. This can't be the way I make music forever. It is a crutch, but it's a human crutch, not like an AI crutch, which I can see in the future music artists using AI to create sounds, which at that point it's kind of like teeter-tottering besides like is this acceptable or not. I think the world is going to accept it. I think it's going to get to the point where you have to label something as AI generated, and people are going to say exactly what was AI generated and what wasn't. Like I think we're going to go into a world of details and metadata that we've never seen before, and I'm with it. Like I really think it's going to be great for everyone because credit will go where credit is due. And I'm welcoming it. Like I'm already trying to prepare everything so that my metadata can be carried into the future. And personally, I think NFTs are going to come back because of that, because NFTs reward the creators of something. So if I create a sound, put it as an NFT and put it in a marketplace and somebody uses it, I can get pennies, dimes, or dollars every time it's used and passed around. There's no technology right now that exists that can fairly compensate music artists the way NFTs can on the blockchain. It's a sleeping giant that I think we're looking past, but one day it's gonna happen. I already know it's gonna happen. Like I'm trying to beat everybody there, but we have everything that's going on. Who knows what's gonna happen in the next few years, but I'm looking at the long run, and I think that's what's gonna take me back to LA. I'm just gonna be around very motivated people in LA that can see the vision and know how to create the platform to achieve that. And I just hope that I'm in a position to get my piece of the cake so that I can live in prosperity with my ideas and just execute. Like I feel like I have the energy required to execute big ideas with the right resources. There's nothing I can do without resources. I can exist. That's all I can do. I think we're all set here. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me yap about our future and what's gonna come about it on such a beautiful day. Now I'm gonna take my crumpets, my tea, not my tea kettle, Nana's tea kettle, which I really like, and go back inside. See you guys later. Oh, look at that, the combination we all wanted to see. See you later.